welcome back. Today we are getting back into routine. We're getting back into that kind of productive girl energy. I think that August is such a good month to get into a good rhythm, to set some super clear intentions, because it means that when the season starts to change and everything starts to slow down and become a little bit more chill, you're riding a good wave of productivity, of getting stuff done. Sometimes that final quarter of the year, when you're heading towards the winter, things can start to feel a bit meh, and I don't want to do that this year. So I'm just about ready for my day. Bit of perfume. This is completely off topic, but the Beach Walk replica perfume. It's my absolute favourite. Got a whole list of stuff that I want to get done today, so let's get on with it. Okay, so first things first, I'm actually doing this new workout schedule thing at the moment, and I had a run yesterday that was a extra hard run. Anyway, my body is so sore today, so I want to make sure that I'm taking my supplements. I'm getting pretty good, to be honest, at just not missing a day, mostly because I just genuinely really like my greens juice, so I find that one in particular especially easy to take. I'm not going to go through them all in detail because I feel like I've told you what supplements I take now a million times and you must be very bored of it, but I'm going to get them all out. I'm going to take them. I'll show you what they are really quickly without going into any detail. First things on the list, let's take supplements. So the ones that I'm successfully taking regularly at the moment are the Shreddy Greens, because I genuinely love the juice, and then I'm just taking 2 tablet forms. One is a skincare supplement, which is for skin hydration, so my skin is good, and then one's just a general multivitamin. So multivitamin, skin specific, Shreddies, which ones, I think even the Shreddies, I think this stuff is supposed to have to be honest, all of this stuff in it anyway, but whatever, I'm just making sure I've got all the goodness. So I'm gonna get my greens juice made now quickly. This feels like such a small gimmicky purchase, but I bought one of those, or I've got one, I mean I've had it for probably years at this point, things you'll see when I make the juice, and you can definitely just use a fork to mix it, but the little thing is really fun and I actually love it, and it was £8 from Amazon. I'll link the exact one I've got just in case you want it because it's really fun. Anyway, right, first things first. Productivity and just generally crushing life. A few weeks ago, I listened to this podcast episode by Becca Stewart, who is, I guess, an Aussie influencer, businesswoman. I don't know loads about her, but she just generally seems like a productivity queen. Her businesses are all about habit tracking and stuff like that. Anyway, I listened to a podcast episode that she did, and in it, she was asking me, the listeners, to do a mini audit of certain things to, I don't know, I guess be more productive. I'm not describing this very well, but the things that she made you think about or write down, I found really helpful. So I'm going to tell you what they are in case you also find this little mini audit helpful. She basically got you to think about 4 main categories. The first one was energy, and I can't remember I'll find the episode and I'll link it in the description box in case you want to listen to it. It was really short. The first one was energy. She was asking you to write down what makes you feel energized and then what makes you feel super low energy. So I wrote down for energized, being ahead on my video uploads is something that makes me feel really energized. I think coming off the back of doing YouTube on the side as a side hustle whilst I was working corporate 9 to 5, it was so intense and so stressful trying to produce a video every week alongside a very hour intensive job, that everything was right up until the wire. I was still editing a video on Sunday mornings, or I was up until 2 a.m. the night before trying to get things finalized. And I think I'm not doing quite that now, but sometimes I do slip into the habit of, it's partly that, and then I also think it's partly the fact that I like things being really live. I like being able to say, I'm going to upload this video later today and you're going to see me. It then almost feels like more of a FaceTime. It feels like more real-time conversations that we're having. But I do think that being ahead makes me feel so much better. It makes me feel so much better about myself and so much less stressed, because when I'm so up to the wire and I'm uploading things the next day after I finish filming them, what happens if I get sick? What happens if I get ill? What happens if something comes up with family? And every now and again that does happen, and those are the, hopefully you agree, rare, but those are the rare occasions that I then miss an upload or an upload gets delayed to the Monday, which does happen sometimes because things come out of nowhere that I can't predict and I'm not organized enough. So my first one was energized, being ahead on uploads. So I really want to prioritize getting further ahead and being maybe like at least a week in advance. And then I put for low energy junk food. I think because over the last, I don't know, 6 months, however long it's been, I've been paying more attention to nutrition, or maybe I'm just continuously trying to pay more attention to nutrition and what food makes me feel good and what food doesn't make me feel good. And I definitely noticed a difference that like when I have a really bad eating day, I just feel rubbish the next day. And I feel like you have like genuine, like a sugar hangover, and like a sugar or a salt or whatever it is, like processed food, what's the word? Like brain fog. I just don't think as clearly when the food I'm eating is not good for me. So energized, being ahead, low energy, junk food. Routines was the second category, and she asked a load of questions, and basically what I got out of it was I want to make the most of my mornings. By 7 a.m. I want to be either like in the shower because I'm getting ready for my day, or I want to be out in the gym or on my run or whatever it is that like I want to start my day. I'm awake by 6:30 every day. Some days it's a little bit earlier than that, but I'm up at 6:30. Do I get up and do anything productive before 7:30, 7:45? Not really, like every now and again. So I'd love to say that when I wake up at 6:30, I'm just straight up and out of bed. Probably unrealistic for now, like incremental changes. But by 7 a.m, that gives me half an hour to just like rot in bed or whatever it is that I do. I don't even know how I waste that time, but it's so much time wasted. So that's routines. I was mostly reflecting on my morning one. My evening routine, I'm kind of happy with at the moment, to be honest. Time, the next one was time. There's kind of 2 sections in the time reflections bit. The main takeaway that I took away from the first section of time was about time blocking your days. And I think she basically just gave that to you. That wasn't so much of a reflection question. She was like, just time block your days, put into your days when you're going to be doing what tasks, when you want to get certain things done, because that's the only way they'll get done. And I have found that since I started time blocking properly, I mean, I've always dabbled in it, but since I've been time blocking properly, the satisfaction from looking at your calendar and seeing that you're on track with your time blocks, it's a great feeling. So I want to stay really consistent with time blocking my days. And the second one was focus, and you had to list one area or a couple of areas, I can't remember exactly, where you really wanted to focus your time and like what was your priority for focus time. For me, I've got 2 things. One is like filming short form content and filming reels. I've just like completely let that slip off everything, and I really enjoy short form content. I have so much fun making short form content, but I guess like my true love is long form YouTube. So I just always deprioritize reels, but I need to get better at it. I want to get better at it. It's such a massive part of the whole like content creation game, and I love this job. So I need to be making short form content. There's no 2 ways about it. So I want to spend more of my time focused on filming short form content. And then the second area is I've actually been in the process, which I'll talk about a bit later, but I've been in the process of building myself a website. I love to build websites. Like part of me thinks that could also be like a new side hustle, so I could just build websites for other people. I love building websites. When I had my previous side hustle, like before YouTube was a side hustle, before that, I had a swimwear business, and I just spent all my time on the website. I didn't spend any time on marketing, which is eventually why I shut it down, because I was like, Ellen, if you're not gonna try and promote the stuff, no one's gonna buy it. Anyway, love building websites. So I've been building myself a website. So that is the second area that I want to be focusing my time on, is that and providing like higher value stuff to you guys, which is what the website will hopefully host, is me sharing more useful things with you. And then the 4th section she talked about, which I actually found to be the most useful or the most impactful section of all the things she was talking about in this like 12-minute episode. It was so short, but was she called it like the bullshit card. She basically said, what is the one area in your life where you consistently pull the bullshit card? Like where do you always make excuses, always complain, even though it's like well within your power or remit to do something about it? Like what is the thing that you probably just need to like look yourself in the mirror and like have a harder conversation with yourself about, like what is that thing? And for me, I wrote down 2. One of them was short form content, but basically just explains that. So I wrote down short form content and fitness were my 2 like bullshit cards that I wrote down. And I did this like a few weeks ago, and it's genuinely insane. I know that's like so simple and like not groundbreaking at all, but also for me kind of was groundbreaking. That's why sometimes the simple stuff really works, because I wrote down all those things, and I've got a whiteboard in the office room that I work in, and I wrote them down on there, and I've also got them written down. This is just like a plain lined notebook, and I wrote them down in my notebook as well. And it's so helpful to be able to just see them every now and again and go, oh, Ellen, you didn't go to the gym this morning because you woke up late and then you only had half an hour before you needed to get ready for X thing. And it's like, that is me playing the bullshit card. Like, it only takes 20 minutes to go for a run. Like, it really only takes 20 minutes to go for a run. And that's like a good, I'm outside, I'm in nature, I've moved my body before a full day sitting at my desk. Anyway, so I don't know if you find any of those prompts helpful as well, but I don't know, for me, they just got me feeling really like fired up, feeling more motivated to like be productive and just improve my days and my weeks and things like that. So maybe give it a try if you're also in the mood for a little extra boost. Right, today I've got a pretty good balance of like fun, of homey bits I need to do, laundry and cleaning the kitchen. I don't know when those became fun, but there's other things as well that are more fun than cleaning that I get to do today, which I'm so excited about. Spoiler, sorry, you can hear the plane going overhead. Spoiler, I want to start my sourdough journey again, so we're going to do that together a bit later. Oh, it's actually a helicopter. Okay, I think the helicopter might actually be circling, so that's a bit daunting, but maybe also a sign that we just need to get on with the day. So we're going to do some fun homey bits a little bit later this afternoon. Can't wait to start my sourdough again. But for now though, I've got editing, I've got emails, and I've got website work that I'm going to do, and I'll show you like a little bit of all of those, so you can see a little behind the scenes of what my work really looks like. Right, let's crack on. Okay, so I've been doing a bit of laptop stuff. The main thing I've been doing for the last hour or so is reviewing the month, and more specifically reviewing like the next couple of weeks. I really thought in my mind that August was going to be a chill month. It's not really. I'm totally a broken record at this point, but I do all of my planning in Notion. I just use Notion for literally everything. My whole life is held in Notion. At the moment, I've got my content planner open, which basically looks like this. I mean, you don't need to see all the inner workings of my brain. It's not necessarily that organized, but I've got different emojis for different videos that go live, and then I've got like my little film emoji for the days that I film. But I've got my overall content planner, and then I can like click into a particular thing, and then there'll be a daily plan and like a daily schedule for that thing that I'm filming and exactly what I have to get done in that particular day. So my content planner is really like my big picture view of like when videos have to go live and what happens there. Anyway, I'm trying to plan tomorrow, and sometimes I just find zooming out and looking at the big picture view when I'm feeling a bit anxious very helpful, and today I'm feeling a little bit anxious. I'm having 2 teeth taken out tomorrow afternoon. I'm having 2 wisdom teeth taken out, which I've avoided for so long. I don't know why I'm so scared about having teeth taken out. I think I might have even said this before. I think it's because I saw my little sister had all 4 of her wisdom teeth taken out at the same time when she was like really young. I mean, she must have been 14 or or something like that. And she was so traumatized. It honestly broke my heart seeing her like that. She just like silently cried and went for a walk in the rain. And anyway, ever since I saw that, I just don't want my teeth taken. Anyway, the dentist has finally said that they're starting to affect my other teeth. They're starting to move my other teeth around. So they've got to go. That's happening tomorrow and I'm stressed about it. So I really want tomorrow afternoon. My appointment is at 2 o'clock. So I really want my afternoon to be free and I don't want to have to do any work tomorrow afternoon. I want to be able to like take the afternoon off and just chill and rest and take a lot of paracetamol probably. I don't know. Or maybe I'll Google what to do, but it's not that dramatic. I know people have their teeth taken out all the time. It's only local and they just yank them out. They're not like putting me to sleep or anything so that they can do the procedure. It's literally just, oh, gross. Anyway, so I've got that tomorrow afternoon and then I don't know how sore I'm going to be on Friday. Cameron's had quite a lot of stuff done to his teeth before because he had like a tooth that cracked because of a dodgy dentist once or something, so that he thinks I'll probably need a couple of days. So then I'm like, oh, do I need to actually cover Friday as well or rearrange my Friday as well? Don't know. So I've kind of been fiddling around with reorganizing my day tomorrow and my day on Friday, and I organize my days in the Notion calendar. So you saw my content planner is kind of in like a calendar view, but then my actual calendar, like my hour by hour, is like in the Notion calendar, which is almost like a separate app, but it's really easy. It's just a button you click and it comes up and it's connected to your Gmail. So if you've got any meetings, they also populate in the same place. But I've been looking at my day tomorrow. Basically, I think I'm going to try and do my final edits for a book vlog that I've got going up in the morning. I find the rough cut where I'm just like chopping out the bits where I like breathe really loudly or where I make a mistake and I repeat what I just said or any of those kinds of things. When I cut all those out, that's actually a really easy chill thing to do, like with music in front of the TV, clipping all the bits together. But then it's like the final edit where I choose all the music and I add text and I do any color correcting if I need to, like all of that stuff. I kind of need to have a fully functioning brain. So don't think I'm going to be able to do that in the afternoon. So I'm going to try and get final edits done of my bookish vlog tomorrow morning. I'm really just talking out loud to you now. And then in the afternoon, I think I'm going to rough cut this vlog tomorrow afternoon while I'm just like chilling on the sofa. And if I really feel terrible, then it's not a big deal if that falls over onto Friday, because I've still got plenty of time before Sunday when this needs to go up. So that's cool. The other thing that I now want to do, I've actually got 15 minutes left of this planning slot in my, this is why time blocking is so satisfying. I've got 15 minutes left of this time blocking before I actually need to move on to my next task, so I can start it early, which is I am actually no longer with management. So I've now left my agency that I was with, mostly because for the time being, I just feel like I can manage it myself. I'm not massive in the grand scheme of creators. Like I'd say I'm small to maybe like entering the medium space. So I'm not really like inundated with emails to go through. I'm very selective about the brand deals that I work with anyway, so I only pick very select deals that come into my inbox. So it's not like I'm constantly, it's not like I've got a brand, it's not like I've got an ad every single week in a video and I need help like managing all of that. I've probably got less than once a month I have an ad on my videos, I'd say. They always tend to like all come at once and then they're like back to back for 3 videos and then like none for 3 months or something. I don't know why that always happens. And then from like a PR perspective, in terms of managing the influx of that, like I just don't really have any. I have actually accepted PR though, like probably my first bit of proper PR, which I'll show you later. And it's only because it's literally for the product that it is. It's the only product I've used, and they contacted me and were like, would you like some? And I was like, yes, because I'm actually out of stock and I was literally about to buy some more from Amazon and now you're just like sending me some, so that's really fun. But I don't really have any PR either, so I just don't feel like I need an agency anyway. So I'm managing myself now, but that does mean that my workload from that perspective has now increased. So I want to spend some time, I've got allocated 45 minutes to making / updating my one from a very long time ago, my media kit, which is basically the same thing as my CV. It has on there all my analytics, all my stats, my engagement rate. I'm just gonna get it up now actually. And then it's also got the amount that I charge brands. It's got my demographics, which I'm just like, it's one of the things, my demographics is one of the things that I'm most proud of. It sounds like a really weird thing to say, but the fact that the community that I wanted to build for this channel is the one we've got is so cool. On YouTube at the moment, we are almost 90% female. If you are at all curious, like sometimes I'm really nosy and like so curious to like what's behind the channel of other people's YouTube channel, like their analytics, but we're nearly 90% female. 68% of us are aged between 24 24 and 44, and over 30% are based in the UK and Europe, with the US being the second largest population of watchers of this particular channel. And then I obviously have like my overall follower count, and then my rates that I charge a brand for YouTube integration, and then I have the same for Instagram, so the total number of followers, my average monthly reach, my engagement rate. The engagement rate is always a really important one, which is why like every time anybody like comments or likes on a video, it means so much, because that number is often what brands will dictate, like will base if they want to work with you on, which is then obviously your income. So I need to update my media kit, basically my CV. I need to update some of my numbers, and I just want to like reformat it a little bit and make it look a little bit more professional, because my old one is very old. It was from like when I very first started YouTube, and I'm looking at it now and it's like way too wordy. People only literally want to be able to just like get a snapshot in 1 second, and I don't know why I've got all this like text describing what my videos are about. On my old one it's a bit cringy, so I want to update that. And then 2 brands have recently asked me for my media kit, so I want to get it out to them immediately, because it's such a competitive industry that if my rate that I'm charging is either too high, or like if I just don't reply quick enough, like there's so many other creators out there that brands can choose to work with, so you kind of have to be on it, and you obviously have to be the right fit as well. So I need to get this done, get this out today to the brands that have asked for it. Then I'm going to do some editing, which is my favorite thing ever to do. So then I'm going to do some editing, and then I've got a reel that I need to film, which I'm so excited about this reel. I'll show you it later. Reel I need to film, and then we can have a little bit of like a worky break and do more of like lifestyle-y things, because that's when I want to make the sourdough starter. I'll need to change over the laundry, which I always use as like a little bit of a break halfway through the day. And I really want to do some proper meal prep, ideally today, but if not today then tomorrow. The only reason I wouldn't do it today is if the containers don't arrive in time. So I've done a big, not that big, I've done an order of containers from Amazon, and should be arriving today, but it's one of those ones that's like arriving today before 10 p.m. so we'll see when it actually comes. If it comes at a good time, then we'll do meal prep today. If not, I'll film it tomorrow morning before the dentist. Help. Right, I'm gonna go finish my media kit, then I'm gonna do my editing, and then I'll see you in a little bit once we get onto the next time block, which is filming my reel. Can't deny my anxiety is bubbling under the surface quite a bit, but I am feeling good that we're getting stuff done. We're crashing through things today, which is good. We're doing very well so far. It's now time for me to get my little reel film. It's actually book related, but a publisher sent me probably my most anticipated book of the year as a physical copy ARC, which this is not my bookish channel, so I'm not gonna go into the details, but it's a big deal, okay? It's a very big deal to me. It's probably I'm probably never going to be as excited about a package as this ever. And what they want me to film for the privilege of receiving this book is an unboxing. So I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to film an unboxing of it now. I'm going to set it up, and then the reel needs to go live on Friday at 1:30. I need to tag the author and I need to tag the publisher. So I need to get that done today, because tomorrow and Friday I'm probably going to have a very swollen face, especially because I'm having a tooth taken out on either side. It's like my top 2 wisdom teeth. So probably both sides of my face are going to be super swollen. I'm not going to want to film anything. I'm not going to want to be in front of any kind of camera. I'm just going to want to rot. So I definitely need to get this done today. I'm also just like itching to see what's in there. Like I'm itching to see the book. It's a miracle I've lasted the 24 hours since that arrived without touching it or opening it. So I'm going to get that set up. You can see the behind the scenes of how, like, when I film a little bookish reel in my book room, this is what it looks like. Right, let's open it. Oh, I'm so excited. to give this kitchen a little bit of a clean. It's just a bit messy. It's like little things. It's not going to take long, but this all needs a reset. Dishwasher needs to be emptied. This is like my little lunch break hour where I just have an hour to do whatever I want, basically. So gonna get this sorted. Then we're gonna do the sourdough starter. And then I really want to place an order for potential bridesmaids dresses, but we can talk about that in a bit. For now, kitchen. And then let's do the sourdough and we can talk about bread. Officially ready to start my sourdough journey again. I tried doing sourdough when I was in the flat and I made like a couple of pretty average loaves, to be honest. And then the sourdough died, it got all moldy, like I just didn't have a great first experience. It was far too stressful for me. But I'm older now, I'm wiser, I'm in my 30s, times have changed, and I think I'm more than capable of caring for a sourdough starter. And I want an autumn filled with lovely, fresh, crusty bread that I make from home. It's what I want. It's the dream, really. Especially having just been in Southwold, that was like the nail in the coffin, the deciding vote. That bread from the bakery, so good. I need that kind of bread every single day, and I want to make it myself. So I've chosen a jar. We actually have so many of these kind of jars, so I've chosen this one of this size. If I'm honest, I still don't really know what I'm doing, but I think last time I just overcomplicated the whole thing, and I tried to look at like all of these different blogs on how you make sourdough bread and how you do the starter. I'm not doing any of that this time. I'm just going with the basics of what I know and not overcomplicating it. The basics of what I know is 120 grams of bread flour, 60 grams or 60 mils of water. Top up the water a little bit more if you need it, but otherwise you want it thick. You want your water to be room temperature filtered water. And then you discard half and add 50 grams and 50 grams for like every day for a week to 2 weeks for it to bubble. And then once it's bubbling, it's like alive, it's active. That is the science, that's the stuff I know, and that's what I'm gonna do. If you've got any tips, please send them my way, but like not in an overwhelming way, you know what I mean? Like I really want this to not be too tricky. So this is gonna take 2 seconds to do, but I'm telling you now that I'm putting out into the universe, I'm setting the intentions, we're gonna make the sourdough starter. So I need some bread flour, I need some water, and then we mix. Let's do it. Bread flour. Okay, I've got slightly too much water there, but I just won't pour all of it in. Got my scales, so we're gonna do 120 of this. I don't think it actually matters how much flour you put in your starter, it's more about the ratios of the flour to the water. So it's like half, so it's half the amount of water to flour that you put in there. Okay, that's that. Flour is in, water is in. Let's do like almost all of it, and then I can top it up if I need to, and then we mix. And as far as I know, it's supposed to be pretty thick, but you just want it so that there aren't like big clumps of flour. I can just tell my algorithm is about to just become flooded with sourdough accounts. And okay, I feel like this is looking kind of like the pictures. Maybe still a tiny bit thick though, to be honest. Oh, whoops, I think that was too much. Okay, I feel like this is what I saw, like thick. Like actually thick and kind of gloopy like that. I basically just found the first person on Instagram that looked like they made great bread that was talking to me in like a pretty simple way, and I was like, cool, I'm just gonna copy your method, and then if your method fails, I'll try someone else's method a different time. But I feel like there's probably endless ways you can do this. Okay, I'm now just gonna clean up the jar because I feel like that is mixed enough. Clean up the jar. I need to just check. I don't think you're supposed to properly like seal the lid. It's just supposed to be lightly closed. I don't have an elastic band that's gonna go all the way around here, so I'm just gonna like draw on with a Sharpie where it's up to. I'm just gonna mark it in a few different places around the outside. Okay. Right. Let me just check about that whole lid thing. Okay, confirmed. You're just supposed to like place the lid on. Right, this lid is like not on enough, but if I like lock it, then it'll be sealed, which is definitely not right. Maybe we'll just have to go with that. So it's like kind of open a bit. I feel like that's open too much. Maybe I'll get like a cloth, like a tea towel. Okay, we're gonna use a little tea towel over the top as well, just to make sure that she's like thriving. I wish I had a rubber band to go around the middle. Anyway, guys, sourdough starter, day one. Let's see, this could be all a complete fail again, but I refuse for it to be a fail actually, so it won't be. I'm gonna leave this now in just like a warm spot. I think I'm just gonna pop it over here for now. So just popped it over on the side basically. And then tomorrow I need to discard half and feed half. So tomorrow I'll get rid of half, and then I'll top up 50 mils of water, 50 grams of flour, and we just keep going for somewhere between 7 days and 2 weeks, depending on how warm it is. At the moment it's quite a warm day, so maybe if the weather stays good, it'll be only like a week until we can actually use her to make bread, which would be mental. Okay, right, made my sourdough, done the kitchen. I'm gonna do some bridesmaids dress shopping. Let's do that. I can't believe it's time to like actually find bridesmaids dresses. Somehow like the color of the bridesmaids dresses, or like whatever they end up looking like, it feels like they almost set the whole theme. I don't know why they feel like such a big deal, but they really do, like visually. I don't know. I feel like bridesmaids dresses are more important than people almost like think they are. I'm not going to talk loads about the wedding stuff today because I think I'm just going to make a separate like concentrated wedding diaries update video for you very soon. So if you've got any specific wedding questions, either advice if you're a little bit further behind in the process than I am, or any questions for me specifically if you're just like interested in what we're doing, then honestly just ask. Either pop your questions in the comments or just send them to me over on like DM on Instagram, and I'll answer them when I do my wedding video soon, because I'm just putting the finishing touches on something that I think is going to help you if you are a 2026 bride so much. I mean, it is literally just what I am following to a T. I've basically got a full checklist of like T minus 12 to 18 months, and then by month on the lead up to your wedding, like everything you need to do, all the templates for like a budget template, like an alcohol, like a drinks calculator, a template for the timeline like on the day, so you know like when hair and makeup is arriving, what time you need to start getting ready with your bridesmaids, what time the groomsmen need to start doing their thing, like the whole schedule, basically every single thing as like a type A person that I want to know and need to plan, like a wedding planning HQ, like what I've been using, I've got it. And I know some of you have been asking me for it and for how I'm organizing my wedding, like you guys are wanting to see it, so thank you so much for those that have been very patiently waiting, and congrats, because the people that have asked me about it are the ones that have just got engaged this summer. So if you are also a 2026 bride, like let's do this together. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that now, but let me know if you've got any questions. But on my list for right now is to find the bridesmaids dresses, so I'm officially hunting There's some on Nobody's Child I quite like. There's some on like Maids to Measure that I quite like. There's some on Meshki that I like. I have, of course, a spreadsheet that I'm basically starting to list out all the options. And then I think now, because I'm doing a little bridesmaids event, which I'll also talk to you about in that wedding update video, I've got that coming up, and so I want to get some dresses ordered before then, so I might just do a bit of a lump purchase now. And I mean, if you're interested, I can also just talk you through how I manage all of those types of things. Like, how do you do the bridesmaids dresses? Do you get your bridesmaids to all order their own one? Do you like go out to a particular shop and shop them all together? Do you personally buy them all and then return them if they don't work? If you're interested in like that level of detail, then let me know. But I don't know like how much detail is too much detail. I might be doing overkill, so let me know how much you want to know versus not know. Anyway, I'm gonna do that now. I feel so real ordering dresses. I've just checked on the meal prep dishes and it doesn't look like they're gonna be here till about 9 p.m. and I'm not meal prepping at 9 p.m. I'm in bed at 9 p.m. So I think this productive day is actually gonna be a productive 2 days. So I'm gonna do this now and then I will see you tomorrow where we can basically spend the morning meal prepping. And that is also a really good way to take my mind off the fact that I've got my teeth extraction at 2 p.m. So I'll spend the morning chatting to you and meal prepping, which will take my mind off it. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Oh, and I should have said, if you are a 2026 bride or a 2027 bride or a 2025 bride, maybe, and you're in a little bit of a rush to try and check you've done everything, I don't know, then if you click, I'll pop a link in the description box to my website, and if you sign up, you'll be the first to know when my template is like fully ready for you to access without having to wait for me to like update you about it in a YouTube video. I'll just let you know straight away, like as soon as it's ready. So if you think you might want access to that like ASAP, then just sign up at that link and then you'll get it straight away, and then it should be ready within literally the next 2 weeks. So we're nearly there. I'm so excited for you to be able to have it too, because it is literally my Bible. Good morning. I just got back from the gym. Oh, that's definitely taken out of me, but I really wanted to have a good session if I'm not gonna be moving for a few days. I don't know, am I being really dramatic about this whole teeth thing? People keep scaring me. I keep talking to like my friends and I've seen some horrible things with that. Shut up, Ellen, stop talking about it. It's going to be fine. Anyway, I need to go have a shower. I'm very sweaty. I need to wash my hair. Today's hair wash day. And this is the PR that I got, guys, that I just wanted to show you because it's honestly, this is definitely my first piece of like proper PR, which is so fun. It's from Pureology, which, if you guys know, like this is my ride or die, like this is the only shampoo that I use, and I, to be honest, only use it because my hairdresser, when I started getting highlights put in, when I started colouring my hair, my hairdresser, who I love, I go to Edward James, if anyone's curious, there's a few of them around kind of southwest London area. I go to Edward James and my hairdresser told me to use this shampoo, so it's what I use and it's the best. I use the purple one, which is one of the ones they sent me, which is amazing, which is the Hydrate, which I think is especially good if you colour your hair, I guess, or maybe it's just off a dry, colour treated hair. Makes my hair the silkiest thing ever. And then they also sent me, I don't know what this is, multitasking leave-in spray. This also says Colour Fanatic on it, so it makes me think. Treat your hair to 21 essential benefits in one bottle. Prime, protect, perfect. Instantly detangles, makes blow drying easier, moisturizes parched hair, helps smooth hair fiber, primes hair for styling, helps prevent split ends, helps prevent breakage from brushing and combing, helps strengthen hair, protects against heat damage, helps protect from external aggressors, smooths hair surface, creates silkiness, helps, oh my gosh, this sounds insane. And then they also sent me this blue one, which I've never tried, Strength Cure, which I'm guessing is to strengthen your hair. Anyway, I'm so excited, this is so much fun. So thank you very much, Pureology, for sending me my very favorite hair product, and to be honest, the only shampoo and conditioner I don't want to say I'll ever use, but this is my ride or die stuff, so that's very exciting. I'm now gonna go, I should probably take a picture and tag them and say thank you or something, but I now need to take this and use it to wash my hair and get ready for the day. And then last night, all of the stuff arrived for meal prep. So the last of it is still in the dishwasher because I managed to get it all in last night. But just to show you quickly what they are, I'll link the ones that I bought in case you also want to get them. 2 different sizes of square glass containers. I think glass is better, especially if you want to reheat anything. You can just put this straight in the oven as opposed to like plastic. You just don't want any of those little microplastics or whatever getting into your food and then you eating them. So I just always prefer glass containers. Anyway, a little mini one for like a snack, I guess, and then a big one for your main meal. And then I also got a load of these little glass pots with a little lid. For this, I did go with a plastic lid because I guess these also have plastic lids because then these can just go straight in the dishwasher. There were some lovely, very aesthetic looking little jars like this, which had lovely bamboo or like wooden lids, but I hate having to wash up those lids if like a bit of yogurt or something gets on the lid and you have to wash it. Anyway, I want to put everything in the dishwasher. I want ease of use. So there's like loads of these with all different kind of earthy toned lids. And these are going to be like for overnight oats, for yogurt pots, for like little sweet treat puddings and stuff. So yeah, I've got all the kit now. Now I just have to make it. I've got a food shop that should be arriving in the next kind of hour. So I want to go get my hair washed. So I'm definitely out the shower by the time that arrives. And I've ordered a lot of, well, I'll show you when it gets here, but I've ordered a lot of stuff to do. I'm gonna follow a meal prep so I know exactly like how much protein and how many calories and stuff I'm consuming. Like I want it to be a health focused meal prep, but I also want to meal prep a lot of very soft food for me to eat over the next few days. So it's gonna be a lot of overnight oats and pasta and I don't know what it's gonna be. I'm gonna work out the menu in a second when I come down. Anyway, I'm gonna go take my shampoo, which is very exciting, go have a shower, and then we can get meal prepping. Okay, so food has arrived and some decisions have been made. I got some more true fruit. These are actually a bit crunchy, so these are probably not for the next couple of days, but they're just so good. I have to have these constantly stocked now. They're chocolate covered strawberries for the freezer. If you are a sweet treat after dinner kind of a person, but you want something that's like a little bit, that's not like a full-on dessert, these are so good. Because I've got a big bag of spinach so I can have some soft veg with my food over the next few days. I got some little pots of yogurt really just for fun because they happen to be there and I was feeling lazy. Some bananas to go in smoothies. Big tub of Greek yogurt. Honestly, I'm not really one for eating things out of a jar, but I just got like a jar of tomato sauce for pasta if I'm feeling lazy. Some almond butter, 2 bags of frozen fruit. So I've decided I'm actually just gonna make 2 things now for prep. I'm gonna make a snack and I'm gonna make a breakfast. So I'm gonna make some overnight oats. I think I'm gonna make mocha ones. Again, I'll link the recipes that I'm following for these. For my snack, I'm gonna make a smoothie. The overnight oats recipe that I'm following, both of these are super high protein and I think the breakfast is 400 calories and the smoothie is 200 calories per serving. So let's get prepping. About these. I'm gonna pop these now all in the fridge. I mean, I can literally eat the smoothies anytime. I've made them kind of super thick, so they're almost like I can assemble them. I can either pour them into a glass and drink them like a thick smoothie, or what I'm probably gonna do is turn them more into like smoothie bowls. So I've made like the base of the smoothie bowl, and then if I want to like add any like chopped banana or more fruit, or if I wasn't gonna have sore teeth, then like granola and stuff, I can just put all that on top if I want to. And then the overnight oats, like mocha chocolatey overnight oats, I can either have these, honestly, this smells so good. I'm thinking I can either have these as like breakfast, like they're intended, or just eat them as dessert after dinner, or probably as my dinner tonight, because they smell so good. And that has me feeling very organized. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you, the perks of doing it last night is I can show you day 2 of the sourdough starter. It has grown, it hasn't doubled in size. I don't know if it's supposed to double in size overnight, like on the first day, or if it's just supposed to grow a little bit, I don't really know. But you can see, this is where the line was, and this is where it is now. So it's definitely grown a bit. Yeah, it's grown. I need to now discard half and add 50 grams of each, which I'll do in just a minute once I've like tidied up the kitchen. But otherwise, that is it for today's vlog. Wish me luck with the dentist. Oh, my best friend is a dentist and she's very blunt and honest with me. So she's given it to me straight. She's like, you'll be absolutely fine. Don't do anything for 12 hours. Just like plan absolutely nothing for 12 hours. Don't spit, because then you can get something called like dry root or something, which she said is really painful. She's like, I know it's gross, but don't spit for 24 hours or something. And then soft foods, and you'll have swelling for 3 days. So it's gonna be fine. It's obviously gonna be fine. People have their teeth taken out all the time. It's just that I've never had it done before, so it's more the fear of the unknown than anything else. But in general, I've had such a good couple of days. It's been really nice to reset after being away and to just get back on track with things, and to feel like I've got most of my life in order pre having probably the next 3 days, or today's Thursday for me, so probably like the weekend, and then Monday I'll be back on it, but probably taking things easy for the next few days. I feel good to have been productive getting back on it. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me, for keeping me sane whilst I'm slightly spiraling. I'm so ready to be in my full-on productive girl era for the rest of August. Somehow I feel like it's almost taken me 8 months to get into the swing of the year, but right now I'm feeling in the zone, and I love that feeling. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having such a lovely week, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.